like, Jennifer's talking about the bus, but that was her family, you know, she's like.
Yeah.
She got
So
several
you got to do
boats.
both. Yep.
So,
You got 2 votes.
all right, well,
Okay.
Yeah. It's gonna be all right. It's gonna
Oh.
make it.
Okay, good evening. It is 6 o'clock, so we'll get started with our Greenwood District 52 Board of Trustees board meeting tonight. Welcome, everyone. So first thing we'll start off with is Colin McClanahan is going to lead us in our invocation.
Alright, since this is so high, I'm just gonna turn it around, Colin, let's just stand right here. Okay? Alright, everybody bow your head, please.
Dear God, thank you for my school and all of the people who take care of it. Thank you for teachers, students, and our families and leaders. Please help our leaders and meetings make good choices for all of the students. Help our schools be safe, places where everyone can learn, make friends, and be good faith. In the Lord's name we pray. Amen.
Thank you, Colin. And Jay, if you realize, you can lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Sure. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Jay. And thank you, Colin. Great job.
thank you, Colin.
So next on our agenda is the affirmation of our agenda. Looking for a motion.
Motion to approve is printed.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor? Next is approval of the minutes from March 10th meeting. Is there a motion for that?
Motion to approve is printed.
Second.
All in favor? Any board comments? No board comments tonight? Any public?
Actually, I do.
Go ahead.
Congratulations to our indoor percussion band on winning in Atlanta.
Yep.
There you go.
And also winning, the last competition they were in, Rock Hill. So they did well.
Congratulations to that group. Amazing. No public comments tonight? So, okay. So next, from the 96 primary school, we'll have the Heart of the Wildcat recipients. Ms. Weeks.
Good evening. We have 2 of our staff members that we would like to recognize tonight. Our first teacher of the month is Miss Jill McGee. Miss McGee, if you'll come up. Miss McGee is a 4K teacher at 96 Primary School. She consistently spends time creating the best lessons for her students that are creative, engaging, and lots of fun. You know that when you walk in Miss McGee's class, you're going to be dancing and singing and just having a great time. Miss McGee's dedication, her creativity, and genuine love for teaching shines through in everything that she does. She creates a nurturing and fun classroom where our youngest learners feel safe, they feel supported, and excited to learn every day. Her patience, her positive energy, and commitment to helping every child in her classroom make a lasting impact on our students and our school community. What I love the most about Miss McGee is her unwavering support for our students who often have a harder time than their classmates. She never gives up on them, and it shows. When she sees them after they move on to kindergarten, you will see them running up to her to give her a hug or to give her some love and tell her that they've missed her so much. And we are just so grateful for the heart that she brings to our school and the difference that she makes every single day. Thank you for all that you do, and congratulations, Miss McGee.
Can y'all come out and hold you a minute for a picture? Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. McGee.
Thank you.
We also would like to recognize our assistant principal, Miss Alicia Hayes. Miss Hayes is amazing at so many things, but one of the things that stands out the most about Miss Hayes is how deeply committed she is to being data-driven. Whether it's looking at student achievement, attendance trends, or behavior patterns, Ms. Hayes uses data not just to identify challenges, but to create clear, thoughtful solutions. Her ability to turn numbers into action helps our school to make smarter decisions and ultimately supports better outcomes for our students. Another strength is her exceptional organization. If you know me, you know I'm very much a type A personality, and I love working with other type A personalities, so we work very well together. Ms. Hayes easily helps to keep our systems running smoothly, ensures plans are well thought out, and effectively helps our school to operate. Her attention to detail makes a real difference in how our school operates day to day. The partnership between Ms. Hayes and I is, in my opinion, a reflection of true balanced leadership. Where one of us may struggle, the other brings strength. Where one of us has a question, the other brings perspective. That kind of trust and teamwork creates a leadership team that is stronger together than either one of us could ever be alone. We even show up to work dressed alike without planning it at least once a week and have started finishing each other's sentences. Great minds really do think alike. I appreciate her attentiveness, her support, care, and love that she brings to our school.
Thank you.
Congratulations, Ms. Hayes.
Thank you, Ms. Hayes. Thanks to both of y'all. Thanks, Ms. Weeks and Ms. McGee. Congratulations, and Ms. Hayes, congratulations. Now we'll turn it over to Dr. Taylor for our superintendent's report.
Thank you, Dr. Eichelberger. I was just going to share a recognition that we have for one of our board members, the 2026 nominee for the South Carolina Athletic Administrators Association of Excellent Award, and this is awarded to Mr. Jay Reynolds. Well deserved, yeah, very nice.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Any words? Just kidding.
Yeah, actually, yeah, it's not just me, it's a whole group of people that try to keep things going for for our athletics, so thank you, I appreciate it. That's for all of us.
Thank you for all you did, yes. All right, in your packet, there are some field trips and professional leave requests. If you could review those, please, and are there any questions or concerns about our field trips and our professional training?
Are there any overnights?
I don't think there's overnights, no. All right, then we have a parenting report from Ms. Minyard. And you can see that she's active and involved in our school and our district, yeah. And then lastly, I have the district strategic plan, but I'm gonna let Ms. Anderson share that with you. She's got some details for you. Thank you, Ms. Anderson.
If you would just go to the, green and red packet that you have, instead of staying inside your board packet, I decided at the last minute I would put together, which is a scorecard to kind of pull all these objectives together so you can make it real easy for you to see the ones that we met and the ones that we did not this past year. So each year in a 5-year cycle, we have to do an annual update yearly to our strategic plan. In 5 years, we form a new committee, we get everybody together, we assign new goals, we write new goals, and we target the areas of student achievement, teacher quality, and homeschool relations. So we are in the 4th year of our plan. We have one more year to add data to, but in June of this year, we're hoping that we can call some focus groups together and begin working on that big 5-year renewal plan that's coming around the corner. Takes time to get everybody in the system, to get to work, parents, community members, etc. So Mr. Schoolfield and I are working on a way that we can go ahead and start that process probably in June of this year. We'll keep you posted. We don't want to wait till the last minute to design it to give everybody the input that they need. So this is just an update. So where did I get this data from? It comes from David Schofield. David is not with us tonight, but his data in the report was presented to you back in October at the board meeting. And so all I did was go in and fill in updates. You have targets that you have to meet, and you have actual scores that you meet. And so all I did was fill in numbers where numbers go. So my responsibility is to help do this task at the district level for David, and then the schools have their individual strategic plans that are a part of the district plan. Now, in a large district where you have 4 or 5 elementary schools, your plan may be the size, Greenwood 50s, et cetera. But in our district, we have 1 school as a primary, 1 as an elementary, 1 as a middle, and 1 as a high. So ours is not as lengthy as what a larger district would be. So I just want to, David's talked to you about our report cards, and you know what our ratings were. But I want to talk to you a little bit about some things we really did well, briefly, and then talk about some things we got to work on going forward. So on the green side of the house, those are the goals that we met. So we're going to do a shout out tonight to those folks that were responsible for those goals. The first goal that was met was at 96 Elementary School, and it was an ELA, and they met their targeted goal in grades 3 through 5. The target was 65%, and the actual was 68% of the students scoring meets and exceeds. So that is a lot of applause and praise for that staff. You know, they did a great job with that. Look down on the second goal map. There's Edgewood Middle School. There's Jason back there. Increase the number of students in grades 6 through 8 scoring meets or exceeds in ELA by 3%. Target was 58, actual 67. So I think you can see some trends if you look at this as we go through it. The third one, 96 High School English 2 EOC test scores, that's fits from a baseline of 66, making 70% or higher, to an average of 81, making 70% or higher as evidence through OC. Target 78%, actual 79. So do you see the English reading pattern kind of emerging? All right, 2026-27, goal 4. That fits the school as well. U.S. History EOC from a baseline of 27%, making 70% or higher, to an average of 53%, making an average of 70% or higher, an annual increase of 5%. Target was 47%, and we squeaked by that with 47.1. But we'll still count it as a win. All right, Algebra 1 EOC. Wow. That's all I can say is wow. 96 High School will increase Algebra 1 EOC test scores from a baseline of 25%, making 70% or higher, to an average of 52%, making 70% or higher, with an annual increase of 5% as measured by Algebra 1 EOC scores. Target 45%, actual 75.9. That is really getting it. Really getting it. So far, that's the only math standout we got. All those others so far are kind of based on reading skills. All right, by the end of 26-27 school year, 96 High School, again, fits the school, will increase the percentage of students graduating with distinction of being college and career ready from a baseline of 67 to 92%. Annual increase of 5% is measured by annual school report card data. Target 87%, actual 87.1. So we'll count that as a win. That's a squeak, but we'll count it. And goal 7, Greenwood District 52 will increase the teacher retention rate for induction, annual, and continuing contract teachers by 1% each year from 22-23 school year to the 26-27 school year, as evidenced by the South Carolina Department of Ed report card. That is my goal and my target, and that's what I live for. And so if you look at that, target was 91%, actual was 91.9. So that means once you get them in the system, you keep them. salary, professional development, you keep them, okay? And that's something I work for every day. Make you happy, make you, like your job, and help us get these children educated. All right, goal 8, to increase the percentage of parents satisfied with the homeschool relations by 2.5% every year from 22-23 school year to 2026-27 school year is measured by the annual district report card. Target 88, actual 93.6. So parents are happy with what we're doing. They obviously are, because they answer survey, and that's the percentage that we come out with. So those are the yays. All right, so what subject area did you not hear mentioned a lot?
Math.
Okay, so guess what? You just figured out what's on the west side of the red over there. All right, so at the primary school, we got a little bit of work to do in reading. We had a target for K-5 through 2 of 76% by spring. Our reading scores, and we got an actual 68%. So we're gonna take that on the chin. We're gonna work really hard to get that up. And Miss Weeks has got it to do. Miss Hayes will take care of that responsibility too and help her with it. Math,
Can I say one thing?
Sure.
68% is pretty good, isn't it?
it is.
So we just put, some of these goals just keep growing and growing, and like, we
Well, the
just keep
State
adding, but that's
Department
pretty
has those
impressive.
goals in mind. They like to see 80%. You know,
Yeah.
70, high 70s, high 80s on everything. It is incredibly hard to move everybody to get those percentages. So, yes, I've seen them a lot lower than that, but you gotta keep moving. That's the name of the game. All right, K-5 through second grade, student achievement in math, target 71%, actual 64. So both kind of reading and math are kind of in the same range, 64, 68. That's not but a handful of students to move to get to the target. So I have confidence that they'll be able to do that. Students in grades 3 through 5, 96 elementary school, meeting proficiency meets and exceeds in math, measured by SC Ready, target 75%, actual 65.6. Again, you're only talking about a handful more of kids to get there. Edgewood Middle School, same thing, students in grades 6 through 8, scoring meets and exceeds in math, target 55, actual 52.5. Jason, we'll get that one next time. There's no way we'll miss that next time. All right, then we've got 96 high school biology 1 EOC. The target was 57, actual 40.2, so we got some work to do in biology. This one is something that Ms. Corbin and Mr. Schoolfield worked with us on, and that's our professional development for the gifted and talented population that we have. We want to make sure our teachers have all the courses and things that they need and bells and whistles to meet the needs of the advanced students. So we had a target of 85% of our professional development for those teachers having those types of opportunities, and we tallied it up, we had 75.6%. So we got some work to do in gifted and talented professional development. And I guess number 7 is kind of troubling, and that's to increase the number of students in grades 3 through 8 who qualify for the gifted and talented program. A target of 21 and an actual of 13.4. So we need to try to take some of those kids that are just below that gifted range and push them on up and get them to blossom. All in all, it's a pretty balanced report card, if you want to know the truth of it. And so if you want to see the strategies that we use, we're not going to go through that tonight, but I emailed you a full copy of the district strategic plan for you to read how we go about making these things happen with the strategies and activities that we use. So are there any questions about those things?
Do you know, are we connected with the Dolly Parton Educational Library System at all?
Becky?
Do y'all know anything about that?
As far as like our students, if they were receiving.
Right,
books at
I'm,
home, we do promote that, and I know our local, hospital
or, you know.
Thank you, Ms. Corbin.
Yeah.
Becky works with a lot of our literacy programs, so that's why I deferred that to her. Overall, I think it's a great day to be a Wildcat. You know, if you really think about this, Adam said, we're doing right by our kids. Proof's in the pudding. With those report card scores and these scores, we always got some things to work on. But if we don't have things to work on, then we're not analyzing data, as Ms. Weeks talked to Ms. Hayes about a little while ago. We gotta find our ways to get better. So at this time, if there are no questions, I wanna say thank you, principals, for all the hard work, and assistant principals that you do with students to make sure that they're achieving and getting their needs met. And I would like to seek a motion to approve the numbers that I presented to you so that I can file this report with the State Department in the next day or so.
Is there a motion or any questions?
I'll make a motion to approve the annual updates for District 52 strategic plan.
Thank you, Mr. Carter.
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
All right,
Thank you.
you're welcome. Lot to be proud of.
Yep.
So, anything else, Dr. Taylor?
Nothing else, I did it.
Okay. So now we'll head back to, finance, and, Ms. Jennifer Fleming can approach again, please.
Now we're gonna talk about our monthly financial report, our update, and as you can see in your packet, page 39, our revenue. You can see so far that we have recorded 10.2 million so far in our revenue. This does not include our April revenue. We will get our county reports, later next week, so that will update then, but this is through March. I'm sorry, yes, this does not include our March revenue from the county. I apologize. We will get those county reports later next week from the county, but it does not include the March revenue. It does include our philo agreement that was not reflected in last month's report. The county was a little behind in posting those philo revenues, but that does include our philo that was approximately $727,000 that we received this year from our philo. So as you can see, our revenue is still down a little bit at this point from what it was last year. But if you'll take a close look at our expenditures, you will see that we are still doing an excellent job at controlling our expenditures and making sure that we are doing everything we can to cut where we can. Our expenditures are roughly only about $67,000 more this year than they were at this point last year, and that includes all of our salary increases and our step increases that we provided to all of our staff last year. So it's really good, that's a really good management of our funds so far. Any questions on that part of the monthly update? Okay, so we'll jump right into our capital projects. Hope everybody's had a chance to ride by the White House and see that there is no more White House. It looks amazing, I think, out there, cleared. And so we've got that project completed, so we can mark that off of our capital projects list. Our media center our furniture for the media center at the elementary school, there was a small delay in that, so it did not get installed over spring break, but we have that scheduled to be delivered the first week in June. As soon as kids exit the building, they'll be installing the new media center furniture there. Our digital marquees, I did receive some final quotes from our contractor that we have on the state contract, and it was a good bit higher than what we projected. So we originally had projected, based on the one quote that we had, it would be about $40,000 per location for those digital marquees. The quotes that we received totaled $250,000 for all four. So my recommendation for that would be for us to put out an RFP, as Andrew had previously talked about, to see what other quotes we can get for that. The one quote that he received was around $40,000. The lowest quote that I received was around 54, with the highest being about 71. So I would suggest that we put out an RFP for those digital marquees and see
if we can get some better pricing for those. But that is still on our capital projects list. We hadn't forgot about you. We know we need some new signage at the schools. Also painting, still working on trying to get some quotes for painting to see if we can get painting done at the schools. Upcoming projects, got a call today from Mr. Rourke. He let us know that Hood Construction will be forming up and pouring our concrete for the bleachers here at the soccer field next week. So they're gonna form things up on Monday and pour the concrete on Tuesday. So that'll be heading in the right direction. So we need to make sure.
That'll be for track.
I'm sorry, yes, for track, yes, not soccer, I'm sorry, yes, track. And then we will work on getting those bleachers purchased to put on that concrete slab. They are also going to touch up paint at the multiplex that we had some issues with, hopefully on Wednesday of next week. So they'll be coming back to touch those up. PA systems, we're still on schedule to get that started as soon as school's out. We will hopefully sign a contract with the company May 1st as soon as they go on state contract, and we can get our PA systems rolling and get those installed the first part of the summer. So, I think that is about it. Any questions on capital projects?
Is it interior paints of all 4 schools?
That's the hope.
Okay.
And we did put that in our bond, in our most recent bond, so we do have funds set aside specifically for that capital project.
How am I gonna get somebody to paint that when I can't even get them to paint the district office?
Exactly.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. There you go.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Jennifer, and now Mr. Mack with our safety report.
Good evening. In y'all's packet should have the report for the month of March. Primary school had 0. Elementary had 1 with an EMS call. Edgewood had 1 with a 911 hang-up that we've been a while trying to chase down, but found it. High school had 4, 2 with a trespass and 2 property checks. Alternative 0, transportation 0. The baseball field had 1 suspicious vehicle. The multiplex had a property check and a suspicious vehicle that needed to. And district office 0. So that's a total of 9 for the month. That is up 3 from 6 last month and also up 3 from 6 this time last year. All the schools completed their fire drills, and the monthly fire assessments were completed as well. And elementary completed their active intruder drills. As Jennifer pointed to a moment ago, we're still on track for PA systems. We have a finance, IT, and I have a meeting next Thursday with Wasaga, with our kickoff meeting to get more information from them, and then hopefully once Converge goes on state contract, we'll have another meeting with them, and hopefully next month we'll have more information as far as the timeline on stuff for this summer. That's all I got. Any questions? Thank y'all.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Now for personnel, call Miss Kathy back up.
Okay, I bring before you tonight some recommendations to hire. You should have in front of you candidate A, candidate B, and candidate C. I'm gonna hold up a second and let you find them all. Everybody, did everybody find them? Okay, if not, I got some extras if you need them. Okay, so, candidate B is, I'm sorry, candidate A, let's start with A first, is replacing, one of our PE people. Candidate B is replacing one of our social studies people. And candidate C is replacing one of our math people. So, I think each one of these three candidates is highly qualified for the positions that we have open. And I think they will be a great asset to our district and our team. So I'm seeking a motion to approve candidate A, B, and C for hire.
Make a motion to approve candidates A, B, and C for hire.
Thank you, Mr. Jackson.
I'll second.
Thank
All
you,
in
Mr.
fa-
Reynolds.
All in favor?
Okay. So, candidate A is Ethan Siswater. That should be a familiar name to our district. Ethan graduated from 96 High School and was one of our students here. And he is going to be the new PE teacher at 96 Primary School. Candidate B is Charles Childress, and I believe they refer to him as Trey. He is replacing Nick Long, and he is gonna be teaching social studies in grades 9 through 12 at the high school. As you notice with him, he is not a first-year teacher. He has a lot of good things in terms of a master's degree in secondary education and history. He's also got some AP credits and things that he can use to help our kids out. So we're excited about Ethan and Trey. Candidate C, we were blessed. We have Sarah Grace Timmerman. She will be working at 96 High School as the new math teacher to replace Miss Sally Morse. Okay? So thank you for those new hires. And then I need to make you aware of the resignations that we've had. As you know, we're in the middle of contract season. Our contracts cannot be due back until May the 10th by the state, but we're asking for teachers, if they're 100% sure they're gonna return, to let us know something by this Friday. Just so we kinda know, but we know that we can't make them do that until May the 10th. So we had a resignation from Sally Morse, so we very quickly put that job out because it's hard to find people. We're late in the game now. Resignation from Sally Morse, and we were able to find Sarah Grace Timmerman, so that's perfect. And then today, we have a resignation from Wesley Carwile, who is the assistant principal at Edgewood Middle School. Wesley is moving on to Anderson School District 3, which is closer to home, to a school where he taught before he came to us. Wesley is a wonderful assistant principal. We will surely miss him. So in the near future, we'll be making some decisions about that position. So right now, what we have out on the job site posted, we have David Roark's general maintenance technician job out there. And the last check, David, I think we have 3 applicants now. We're gonna let it run a little bit till we get at least 4 or 5, and then we'll try to make a decision. We still have a special education teacher at 96 Primary School that we're looking for. So if you have any ends with anybody that you think's interested in that position, please push them our way. And we have a bus driver. Other than that, that's all we know about till we see about the contracts and letters of agreement that come back in. So in a pretty good position right now to be where we are. And we keep moving on, and I would like to say that I believe God has just really truly blessed us in so many ways by giving us some good people. So I'm very pleased with this hiring class that we've had this time.
We are gonna post the assistant principal position tomorrow.
Okay?
We really hadn't even had a chance to talk about it, but yes.
That's fine, I'll take care of it in the morning. Okay? And so if you don't have any other further questions of me, that's all that I have for personnel.
Thank you, Ms.
Thank
Kevin.
y'all for your continued support.
Thank you.
Thanks, Ms. Anderson.
Anything else? If not, we'll need a motion.
Well, there.
Motion adjourned.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Good job.
He got an Uber.